All right, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the Living Hope Agency Call. I'm excited for our special guest tonight, Mr. Josh Lockhart, and we're going to talk about our next up-and-coming lock-in sales event that's going to be happening for anybody who came out to our last lock-in that happened in Greenville, South Carolina. That was, believe it or not, all the way back in October. So it's been quite some time since we did our last one. And I think we had maybe 60 or 70 people at the office. It was a lot of fun. And there was people who were making their first sales that were coming out of the event, with renewed belief or really belief in themselves for the first time, coming to that event and having that success or getting around people to learn how to overcome objections. So I'm excited because we're going to be announcing our next event and we're going to be back in Greenville. So we're actually going to be having our official office grand opening. We've done some remodeling and things since anybody's been there last time, but our office grand opening, as well as sales lock-in weekend, April 13th through the 15th. So this is going to be a great event. We're actually going to do an official, ribbon cutting with Sean Mike, the CEO. He's going to come out and he's going to do some private training for us. And as you guys can see, there's already a handful of, top producers and managers that have committed to come out and go ahead and train at this event. It's an opportunity for us to showcase our new office. If you're somebody who's a top producer, top manager, get you a chance to get in the podcast studio. If you live in the Greenville area, showcase our private offices as an opportunity for someone to rent. And really the main thing is to come out there and get around other people that are doing this. For so long we were pushing towards convention, and that was the opportunity for us to, charge up our batteries to get out there and keep going. This is that next event, from event to event to event. We're going to be periodically over the next couple of months announcing some different events throughout the year. We're working on a leadership retreat up in Northern Michigan for those who qualify, as well as something in the interim between, April and then. So we're excited for those things that are coming up, but this is the next big one that we're really pushing towards as a team, an opportunity for you to get your new people out to. I think that's the thing is, number one, we always say, either you need the event or the event needs you. Either way, you should come. It's an opportunity for you to get around people and sell, and an opportunity for you to be able to, just dig into that culture and be around people. So
no, I'll come. I just
Okay, there we go. So I'm excited for this event for a couple of reasons. Of course, we've got Sean Mike coming out. Again, you guys can see here in the flyer, we've got my business partner in the Greenville office, Zach Lawfuls. If you guys haven't got a chance to meet Zach, he's been in the insurance industry for 13 years. He's also a hoot. If you've ever heard him live dial, you'll be laughing and you'll be having a good time. And he is definitely a come as you are kind of a guy. And he's just a totally 100% be yourself when you're doing insurance, and he helps people, learn how to kind of relax. And he's a hilarious guy with just a wealth of knowledge. And, Josh, who's on the call here tonight, Cody Fuller. Cody Fuller is a senior vice president of FFL Blue Collar. He's also, top producer. Sean Simpson, who is our newest Hall of Fame producer, protected 70 families in December. Dustin Bouchard, protecting 30 to 40 families a month on internet leads and final expense, absolutely crushing it. We've got a handful of other people that I'm waiting to announce, some top managers, integrity partners, etc. So this is going to be a fun one. We're excited. We say here, learn how to sell anyone at any time, in person or over the phone, training from Sean Mike, Hall of Fame producers, top managers, top producers, and it's all free. So it's going to be a really fun event. Grand opening on Thursday and the sales training following on Friday and Saturday. And we'll dig into some of the agenda here shortly, but I want to bring on Josh here real quick and just hear from Josh. What was your experience at the last lock-in that we did? And why do you believe that somebody, if they have the opportunity, should attend this one here coming up in April?
Hey, Jamie, appreciate you having me on. And real quick, I gotta tell like a story. I gotta incriminate myself real fast. So how many texts do you think you got in that hour last week?
Oh man, probably 36. I mean, it was a good amount of text messages saying congrats.
Did you notice it was like the same time as the call was going on?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put two and two together.
100%. Yeah. No, I text Josh. Josh was one of the few people I said, hey man, just want to let you know we had the baby. And then within 3 minutes, my phone was getting blown up with text messages.
Good deal. Yeah. this is a very lonely business, and you have ups and you have downs, and maybe you're trying to figure this thing out. Maybe you haven't really hit your stride, and it can be quite frustrating to hear, I got to think about it. I didn't fill it out, this, that, the other thing. And you're like, wow, is this me? Is this the way it is? This must be like it is for everybody. How do people handle this? And it's one thing to, get on live dials and hear some people, and it's like, wow, they always know what to say. Every time they, answer the objection, they always make it through. But when you come in person and you get to know the people, you get to ask the questions, you get to see how they type in the e-apps, how they organize their calendar, whatever they use. It's a different ball game, right? And the goal for anybody is to come. When you come, is you leave better off. I mean, last time we had people who had never made dials and made sales. Some people who had made sales, like Quentin Kelly, and then left making monster sales, right? And so if it's true, if it is in fact true that you are the equivalent of the 5 people you hang around, you want to get around the best people. And here at FFL, certainly within our agency, that's where it's going to be, right?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, we did like some different mock awards at the end. Like we did a most improved. We did a rookie agent, I think, a rising star agent, and Quentin, he won the rising star agent at our last lock-in. And we had a most improved Jamie Whitney. I think Josh, he won the team player award just because he was willing to go above and beyond to help whoever needed help, and sit down and go over objections with you and run through your script with me for 5 minutes and then get back on the phones. So that's the environment that we're creating here at this event. And I think my favorite part about a lock-in is the mute button. The mute button doesn't exist. So as cool as live dials are, there's times when things get busy. Like we'll have, 5, 6 people all going at the same time, and everyone will stay muted because they're like, well, someone else is going. And they go, well, they get so into it that they even turn their volume down. They don't realize when someone's talking to them because they're in the middle of an appointment, they're going for it. And of course, we're working on how to make live dials the best environment possible. But when you are at a lock-in, the mute button doesn't exist. What was so cool, I had an opportunity to, I think I had on the second day of the lock-in last time, I had, 5 appointments in a row. And there was probably 6, 7, 8 people that were just surrounding my desk and listening to me go through my stuff. And they're like, oh, wow, I've never heard somebody break it down like that. Thank you so much for letting me come in. And same deal here, when somebody hears you, we're in a room, you're sitting at a desk and you go, hey, Quentin, dude, don't say it like that, man. Hey, just tweak this one little thing, versus you're sitting on live dials, you're muted, and you're afraid to unmute. Nobody else can ever give you that feedback. So I love the fact that there's no mute button. You have the opportunity to go and just literally sit behind a top producer and watch them work. You get to go up to somebody who started to build a business and start asking questions. So there are so many different types of events that are out there. So many people just got back from convention. Convention was, amazing. However, you're being talked at for 3 days. That's not what this is. Being talked at, maybe you left convention motivated, maybe you didn't, maybe you'll do something, maybe you won't. But this is an event where you should come back having made a sale, hopefully having made multiple sales, so now you can justify, you go to Miami, what did it cost you? $1,000, $2,000 between hotel, airfare, food, etc. Now coming to Greenville, way less expensive city than Miami. And now make a couple sales, walk away profitable. Maybe you even just break even. Maybe you flew from the most expensive airport in the country to Greenville, and it cost you an arm and a leg to get here. But you went out there and in this amazing business with advances, you make $1,000 in commission, and it pays for the entire trip. And now you have the confidence to go back to do what you need to do versus trying to figure it out on your own. This can speed up your learning curve to be able to just find success and sustainability in this business faster, because it's not just how to dial the phone. It's not just how to close the deals. You get to talk to agents about how they have a sustainable lifestyle. You get to talk to agents about how do you do this 6 days a week and not just put your family totally to the side. Like, you get to have those real conversations with people, and that's what's needed, because this business is so much more than just let's sell some insurance. It's let's build some relationships, because this business is hard. this business, it tests you. And you need people that you can link arm with and, rub elbows with and shoulders with that will, be there to, catch you when you fall and push you on a good day and tell you, hey, don't go spend it all after you go make your first, 5-figure commission for a month. Hey, don't go spend it all. Let's get back to work. Don't get too excited. Just like, your worst days aren't so bad and your good days aren't so great. Like, let's just keep it moving. And it's good to have those people, and you get an opportunity to build those relationships in an event like this. So a couple things on the agenda that we did not have last time. So obviously I mentioned we have Sean Mike, our CEO, is going to be coming out. That's going to be great. If anybody's had a chance to, be with Sean in a more intimate environment, it's very different than in front of 10,000 people at convention. We should probably have 50, 60 people at this event. Obviously, first come, first serve. But Sean in a more intimate environment is really cool. Getting the opportunity to sit down with him and actually ask questions in the hallway. Sean is a wealth of knowledge. He really, really does know how to sell insurance and overcome objections. I've done an objection handling panel with him, and he is one of the absolute best when it comes to teaching you and giving you that confidence and helping you overcome those excuses. So to be able to have him out there to pour into us personally, it's going to be fantastic. And again, handful of people that we have not yet announced that are going to be there training on top of the ones we already have. We're also going to have our top 3 insurance carrier partners there. I am looking to get some other carriers there. So Bobby Bridges from Americo, Dylan Cummings from Mutual of Omaha, and Jack Heller from Prosperity will all be in attendance. They'll all most likely be giving away leads. They'll be giving away, carrier swag. They'll probably be giving away all kinds of things. So that's going to be fantastic. Now imagine being able to sit down with, Dylan from Mutual of Omaha and saying, hey, when would you write this product? Or Jack from Prosperity. And hey, why is this product better than that product? As well as getting your name in their cell phone. I can't tell you guys how many times that I've had a policy that was on the edge of going through, and I couldn't figure out why it didn't go through. It was like this really, really, tiny underwriting thing. And I called up Bobby and I said, hey, Bobby, can you help me out and get this pushed through? Approved. Jack Heller, hey, I got somebody who, XYZ issue with their contract. Can you help me out? Yes, it's about building relationships with those people. So if you guys have other carriers that you would like to see there, let me know. Please reach out. I'm working on potentially getting Ethos there. That would be, I think, pretty cool to be able to have that. Again, lock-in dates are April 13th through the 15th. I will pull up that flyer again here shortly. But yeah, training from Sean, training from the carriers, training from hopefully some integrity partners, top managers, top producers, which is going to be great. And I think the biggest difference between this one and the last one was 100% sole focus. Let's teach you how to do telesales. Most people who are going to be at this event, they're going to be doing telesales. That's how they're going to be able to stay productive. If you decide that you want to, come out and run in the home, that's great, but you're going to miss out on a lot of the great training. I would just run telesales for the 2 days, but that means that there's going to be training on everything to do with this business. So there's going to be training on mindset. There's going to be training on scripts. There's going to be training on overcoming objections, interactive training, where you can actually group up with people. That was probably one of the most powerful parts of the last lock-in was, hey, here's 6 to 10 of the most common objections. Now let's get in a circle, popcorn style, and let's practice overcoming of our objections. That was powerful. Learning how to close, talking about live dials, talking about goal setting, and recruiting, profitability, how to actually, build a real business here. These are conversations that Josh and I have been talking about, really feeling passionate about wanting to share with people. Is like, how can you really make it in this business? How can you really build a sustainable lifestyle? How can you be profitable? And how can you actually build a real business? That's what we want to teach people when they come to this event, not just how to sell over the phone. That's going to be a byproduct that you're going to learn just by soaking up the environment of being around people. So, Josh, if you were a new agent, or if you were talking to a new agent, somebody who is like, you know what, I just got my license, I just got into contracting, I've got a couple writing numbers, I kind of just want to try this out myself. I'll buy a pack of leads and see what happens. Someone like that, what would you say, like, I guess would be the number one thing that they could take away from an event like this? Or what would your encouragement be for them to invest into themselves, to come out to this and get around the people? What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, so, I mean, it's a good time to, if anybody's in that category, or you have somebody you're working with that's in that category, I mean, this is perfect time, because we have 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. Just enough time for a new agent to, go out there and get their feet wet, right? Have some wins, get knocked around a little bit because it's going to happen, right? You're going to get the phone hung up on you or whatever the case is going to be. But, these types of events is where you get to see the big picture. It's where you really get to understand the nuance of the business, and it goes from, hey, I'm just reading a script, some, pieces of paper, and, it seems to not be working. But then you're in a room full of people who have mastered the art and you hear how they say it, right? So like at convention, there was a particular training where this guy gets on stage and he's, talking about objections. He's going through all these different objections. And so a lot of new folks, when you get started, let's say we're talking about objections, you go, I just need to know the words to say. And then you're given the words to say, and then you get on the phone and it doesn't work. Why? Well, you weren't around people to know that there's a certain like tenacity that you have to have. And like, if you've ever heard like Jamie Chirio, for example, you hear the pauses, you hear when he doesn't pause, you hear when they try to overtalk him, how he handles that. And it's all these things that aren't printed on a piece of paper that you learn from being around people that are really a master of their craft. Not only that, so the training that I heard at convention, and this is just, again, being in the same room with people, this guy goes through all the objections and he's got everything on lock, right? And if you're just hearing that, let's say you're listening to an audio, you're like, oh, that sounds really good. But because you're in the same room as him, you can see the whole time that he was smiling. Now, that's something super small. If you were at convention, maybe you didn't hear that. I did. I'm like, okay, so it's dial day. You've been beat up all day. You're starting to go, I mean, am I going to get my appointment count? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? And you just want to tell somebody a piece of your mind. But then you watch this guy who's a true professional. He delivers the same lines you've been trying to all day, but he does it with a smile. It's very simple. And as a result of that, he comes across somebody who, like, their music of their voice is somebody you would want to listen to. And again, right, when you come to an event, you will get whatever you're looking for. So if you come looking for something, you will find it, right? And so I would say to any new person, right, get busy. See how many times you can, do the things, make the phone calls, get on live dials, right? Maybe you're super part-time. That's okay. You have plenty of time with the attention, because you don't want to show up and like, yeah, there'll be people there who've done nothing. They're like literally brand new. Maybe that's their first thing they've done. Cool. But you want to show up with like some wins and some losses. So when you hear the training and Sean Mike's talking and he makes reference to this, that, or the other thing, you're like, yep, that happened to me. Yep, that happened to me. Because there's learned knowledge and activity knowledge. All right. Learn knowledge, activity knowledge. That means you can read from a book, right? If you're here, who remembers anything about their insurance test? Probably nothing, right? But after you hear it and then you go in the field, you do it, and then you have a point of reference for it, then that's how you actually learn and it actually becomes second nature. I'll never forget when I was in the field, Jamie Chirio told me to write this certain product. It was American Amicable Family Choice. I didn't know what it was. I don't know if he knew what it was, but because he had read it and then somebody told him to write it, and then he had an in the field experience, he was able to then help me. And again, I wouldn't have been in that position had I not been around the events and the different things to get to know Jamie. So that's why you should come. It is that important.
I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Another thing that we're going to be doing a little bit different. So last time we did a real late night training, like a 10 p.m. training on Friday night, and everyone was just totally fried by the time that time came. I was fried as the trainer. I didn't give my best of what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to talk a little bit deeper on, why we're doing this business, because we give so much on the sales training side, and we're just going to pour into everybody on the sales training side. But the one thing that we don't do a lot of is really digging into like the goal setting and really, why we're doing what we're doing. So what I decided to do is actually bring in somebody who is not in Family First Life whatsoever, no association. So I moved to Greenville probably about 5 months ago. I started to do some networking. I met a guy named Hunter Ballou. He is a best-selling author on Amazon, multi-millionaire, owner of roofing.com. He runs RoofCon with about 10,000 people in attendance every single year. Built multiple businesses, former Marine Corps. He wrote a business, or he wrote a book, called Make It Count, which is a fantastic book. And he's going to be coming in on Friday night and doing a training on, having a lasting legacy. So I'm excited for that. If you guys want to go and, kind of stalk him a little bit ahead of time, here's a picture of his Instagram. I think his tag is red, white, and blue, because his last name is Blue, which is kind of catchy. So super cool dude. Again, multi-millionaire. He's built sales teams. He owns one of the biggest roofing companies in the upstate. A little bit different industry, but again, I want to bring in someone third party, best-selling author. He's just doing this out of the kindness of his heart. He's not there to sell you anything, but to come in and really lead us in some different training, just to kind of keep things fresh and exciting, which is going to be a lot of fun. There will be food provided. We are going to be doing some culture building. Anybody who came to the last event on the last night, we rented out Top Golf and we had like 4 or 5 bays and we had a lot of fun. Might be Top Golf again, might be something else. Because we have insurance carriers coming this time, they are going to sponsor a lot of this event, which means that we can do a lot more fun things. So team building dinners. It doesn't matter what team you're on. We all sell America. We all sell Mutual of Omaha. We all sell Prosperity. So if you're on this call and you're not involved in Living Hope, you're welcome, because that dinner is going to be paid for by America. And as long as you're in Family First Life, they're happy that you're there. So that's exciting, because last time I came out of pocket for everything, and obviously I'm cool, but at the end of the day, you got to make it a worthy business decision as well. So Josh, what was something that you what was one of your favorite parts of the lock-in last time in regards to training? What was something that you're looking forward to seeing again, or something that, you're excited for somebody new to experience who hasn't been to one of these?
Yeah, I mean, like there were some really good segments for sure. Of course, we had some fun. The sushi night was probably my favorite thing, just being fully transparent. Quinn saying, yeah. But it's just a different thing when you walk around the office and people are dialing, people are winning. My goal last time, I think I succeeded. I got to ring the sales bell before Josh Fochman did. That was one of my goals personally, and I was able to do that. But no, you can see we have a lot of fun, but again, as there were some new people there specifically who, it's a thing, maybe you're here and you are terrified of the phone, right? You're like, oh man, I know I'm going to, you think all kinds of stuff, right? This is going to happen. They're going to say this. I'm not going to know what to say. I'm nervous. And yeah, if that's you, come. We'll help you with that. There was a brand new agent it was like the day and a half in, he's just staring at the phone. And then he's like, he's saying all these things. Oh, these leads probably won't pick up. And I don't have phone burner set up just right. And all these things. So I just grabbed my phone, dialed a couple of numbers. The second person picked up the phone and we sold a plan there on the spot. And it's like, and then he realized, oh, wow, that was so easy. Like Josh didn't set up. He didn't have the perfect thing going on. He just picked up the phone. And then later that day, he's calling and he sounds like a champ on the phone, right? So maybe that's you. Maybe that's somebody on your team. Like they're really afraid to dial the phone. Great. There's like, if that's you and you need to get out of a comfort zone and right? We all have a comfort zone that we're trying to get out of. The best place to be is around those people that have already conquered that particular thing. And just because you conquered one thing, maybe you can sell with like the best of them, but you just cannot figure out this team building thing, or vice versa. Be around the people they'll probably push you a little further than you thought you could go. And then you'll have the results that you didn't think that you could have.
That's right. Yeah, I would say my favorite part is just the opportunity to have the conversations in between the trainings, to be able to find out what other people are doing, to be able to just get to know people, find out what motivates them, find out what makes them tick, find out what's holding them back, have those conversations with people. That's probably one of my favorite parts, and you guys are gonna get an opportunity to do that. So if you're looking for a change of pace, you're looking for something different, you want to get out of your spare bedroom and you want to get around other people who are going to help you sell and make money before you go home, this is going to be an event that you want to be at. And again, it's not just going to be telesales focused. Again, we got a best-selling author coming in, Sean Mike's coming in, top producers and managers. They're going to teach you how to get into your warm market, how to get referrals, how to do client reviews. Like, there's so many different ways that we could take this. And really, we just want you to walk away equipped, but we don't want you to just have a sponge full and not go implement anything. We want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and actually, dial the phone and implement that and do it together and be around other people who are doing it. So we're going to have fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Ringing the bell when you make a sale, writing your name up on the board. That's a lot of fun. We'll do some more recognition and awards this time as well. So it's going to be great. I'm excited. Josh, I guess, last couple things here. If you had somebody who maybe they've been to a lock-in before, or they've been around the block and they just been here for a while and they just feel kind of jaded, like, man, I've been to like half dozen events and like, it still hasn't changed my life. It still hasn't changed my business. Like, maybe what were they not doing when they came to one of these events, whether it was a lock-in or a convention or a sales conference? What were they missing that maybe they could change mindset wise or activity wise coming to this event to make sure that they can get the most out of it? It's not just another event that passes them by that does absolutely nothing for them. It's not, because this event's not to motivate you guys. It's not going to be a motivational event. It's going to be a let's get to work, and hopefully you getting results will motivate you.
Yeah. I'm glad that you asked. I think we had a team call where I talked about this, and it's ego. You got ego. We all have ego problems, right? Maybe you're the person that has been selling and doing well, and you're saying to yourself, well, I can sell. I know what I need to do. I know the words to say. I don't need to go. No, you need to stay sharp, because what happens in this business is you go and have some success, and then you get sloppy, right? You dial a little bit less. You don't ask all the questions in the financial inventory. You get a sloppy on your objections. Next thing you know, you have an extra charge back. You do a little less follow-up, and next thing you know, you're having problems, right? And maybe you're hitting your stride right now and you're at the top of your game. Well, hey, be there, because there's no better way to learn and master your craft other than helping somebody else, right? Because then you have to really think, and how do I communicate to this person in a way that can help them? Maybe that's you, right? Maybe you have been selling. You got to stay sharp. Like this business, like a lot of things in life, it will not give you 1 second where you can just sit back and relax. That comes later when you've built the business, right? But currently, at least everybody in this call, we're still in the phase where we're building the machine that's going to do the work to provide for our family. So you got to stay sharp. And again, if you haven't hit that stride yet, then you have to do everything that you have to do to make sure that you don't go back to the life for all the reasons that you started the business, right? Get out of debt, create more financial freedom, create more time for the kids, for the grandkids, to do the things, to have the house, to have the stuff. If that's you and you have a reason to actually be here, then you need to show up. You need to show up with a purpose of what I want to learn, right? I would write that down. What are the 3 things that I want to make sure I take away? I was having this talk with my daughter. She's 8. She was upset because she's a teacher's pet, but at least in her own mind, she wants to be helpful, right? And the teacher didn't pick her. And she's like, why did she pick somebody else and not me to help? And I said, baby, if you want the help, you have to let people know. If you want to be of service, you have to let people know, right? So if you come here and you have an agenda of the things that you want to take away, and then you're willing to listen to Jamie Chirio, you're willing to listen to Sean Mike, and then actually leave that and go do that immediately, you will have results, period, end of story. So check the ego at the door, show up, roll up your sleeves, know what you're looking for, and get ready to roll.
That's good, man. That's good. Okay, I think I found our basic agenda that we got here, and we'll get something more pretty for you guys here shortly. But Thursday, we're going to have our office grand opening. I think the ribbon cutting is going to be at about noon on Thursday. Lunch provided by one of the carriers, and then we're going to have our lock-in kickoff training and some live dials, and then dinner. You can stick around late if you want to and sell late. We'll be there. But the real lock-in is going to start on Friday. We start at 7 a.m. morning mindset training. We'll probably have some breakfast for everybody, live dials, different training that we've talked about, food provided, some more training throughout the day, live dials, dinner at the office, and then training from Hunter, our special guest, on Friday evening. And then Saturday, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter day. training and dials throughout the day, and then we'll do some sort of team culture building event at the end. And again, for those of you guys that jumped on late, I will go ahead and share the flyer one more time. We're going to go ahead and post this in Discord and all over social media, livinghopelockin.com. It's free. Go ahead and register if you're going to be there, so we can get a head count and get that to the carriers so they can have, swag for everybody, so they can make sure we have a head count for the meals and the culture building and all that stuff. And again, we'll continue to periodically announce as we get more special guest speakers. So as of right now, Sean Mike, Zach Lawfuls, Josh Lockhart, Cody Fuller, myself, Sean Simpson, Dustin Bouchard, and a handful of other people. I'm just waiting to get to announce people that I know you guys are going to want to learn from in person. Our goal is to just have one of the best events that we can possibly can. So I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and get registered as soon as possible. Again, we only have about 50 to 60 seats in the office. We had to bring in extra seats last time, which is fine. And also the number one piece of feedback that we got from the last lock-in was our Wi-Fi. We fixed it. We can hold up to 150 devices at high speed. You guys crashed our Wi-Fi last time because we brought too many people. So we fixed it. We paid the big bucks to get the good Wi-Fi. So you will be able to actually support your internet connection. So Josh, any final words as we go?
More Wi-Fi equals more sales.
That's right.
No, I mean, I'm excited anytime we get to do these things, because again, this can be a lonely business, and I know I'm looking forward to connecting with agents on our team, other agents, yourself, because again, I want to stay sharp. All the reasons that I said that everybody here should go, I'm looking for those reasons myself.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So if you're new, we want to see you. We want to meet you. We want to shake your hand. We want to help you get this business launched. If you're an agency manager on here and you have people that are somewhere in the pipeline, this is one of the best things that you can get them to commit to get around the people, to get off the ground quickly. And if you've been here for a while and you need to charge the batteries, this is the exact opportunity to go ahead and do that. So we appreciate y'all. LivingHopeLockIn.com. Go ahead and sign up here. We'll post it in the Discord, send it out in a text chat, and we'll be talking to y'all soon. We will see you guys on the live dials, and I'm excited to be back dialing with y'all. Everybody have an amazing night, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Peace out, guys.